Just when I thought I was out, they pull me back in. Sales are still very slow. Today I sold a hippo. I sold one hippo. As I alluded to in the last video, the plan is we're just going to come out with tons and tons of products. We are going to use this opportunity to fill up the product balance sheet. We have a bunch of orders to mop up. See, this is why you know it's something really dramatic, because right now I've got a whole bunch of orders that need to be shipped, but like past a certain specific point, I have almost no orders that are coming in. It's almost like somebody switched off a light switch and then or shut off a faucet and there's just a little bit of trickling coming down when it was like a deluge before. But it really is okay. I mean, it's not my favorite thing in the world, but we will get to a point where we're introducing a new product every single day. And if it's bad enough, we'll introduce 2 products per day. I can make small things really quickly. We've got tons of printers. There's absolutely no reason why I can't just fill out my product catalog. In the next month or something, we may be making a product that is the next $1 million product. It's like that line from Count of Monte Cristo, and so neglect becomes our ally. Honestly, making products is kind of the funnest part of this business. Not that I don't like the process stuff. I do. But it would be a piece of cake. I'm not going to say it's going to be a piece of cake. It would be doable to make 2 products per day. To paint them, to take pictures. It doesn't take that much longer to paint a new product versus a product that just sold. So if we've got to do that, we'll do that. I got nothing but time, and I do not just sit on my hands. We're gonna make tons of big foods. Probably gonna make more of these dishes. They're pretty easy to make. You know, actually I think this one maybe sold today. I'd have to check what size it was, but we make a bunch of sizes of hippo. So one thing I've been trying to do is to fill out the less expensive side of the category. A big elephant like this is an exception, but a lot of those smaller ones only go for 20, 25 bucks, something like that. So it's nice to have products that are kind of high price items and stuff that's a little bit cheaper, round out the spectrum a bit. It's a good strategy. We've been focusing a lot on the big stuff, which has been for good reason. It's awesome. It's a great thing when you sell a big old thing that's $300. But we kind of have neglected some of the smaller stuff, like this Otter Boy. Before the sales just switched off, before the tap dried up, these Otter Boys were starting to sell pretty good. So, and that's what sold today. And the few things that have sold in the last 4 or 5 days have been pretty small things. So we can make more of those, and they're pretty fast to make. They're pretty easy to make. They take good pictures. In fact, I have a bunch of these fake jewelry rings, and I didn't know where they were, and I use them to take pictures of the jewelry dishes, which is what those basically are, although it's a dish and you can use it for many things. So I even know where those things are so we can take pictures. For a long time I had misplaced them in a bag, but when we cleaned all this out, that's one of the things I found. So we're actually in really good shape to be just cranking out products, and that's what we're gonna do. Here's a good analogy. I won't beat this point to death, but this is a little bit like there's a town, and you know some big industry is coming in and a bunch of people are gonna start moving to this town. We are gonna buy up some property. That's what making products is, especially when people are kind of getting out of the 3D printing game a little bit, which if this continues, they're definitely gonna do. We're just buying up spaces on the Monopoly board, baby. Things have gotten pretty overinflated with 3D printing. Everybody's doing it and everybody's posting stuff. Maybe this is the kind of event that we needed to shake out the people that aren't serious. You know, all the people that just think they can buy a printer and like make some keychains and they're gonna like make $1 million somehow. Like, those people probably not providing that good of customer service, and they're not really coming out with interesting new things. And I'm not knocking it. It's not like I really want those people to go out of business per se. But if they're going to, we're gonna buy up spaces on the Monopoly board, baby. Anyway, this is M3 is 3D. Every day I shoot a short film documenting a slice of life, a real slice of life, of the 3D printing entrepreneur. We've been in business for 6 years. This is my story. This is the story of M3, who has a print shop happily. All right, let's finally do the morning roundup. So we've got a nice Bob Marley here. Yup, you know it, an Einstein. Then we've got big D20. We have 2 that need shipped. And this one's very close to done. Just doing those top layers right there. And the super duper wall coffee is completed. It's a little hard to get a sense of it, but yeah. It's got a couple mounts on the back. This is gonna be coffee colored, the rest is gonna be white. It's gonna be a glorious item, perfect for cafes and restaurants. Here we've got the second D20. It seems to be printing all right. And we've got the coffee cup lid. Yup. And in here we've got the coffee cup. And I think we need more filament, so we're gonna switch that out. Oh yeah, the other thing to keep in mind, we can use E-Rank to optimize all the products we've got, which I barely started doing. So it could be, imagine this, like, imagine the slump goes on for like a month or 2, or maybe even 3 or 4 months. I can optimize my entire product catalog, which is like 500 some products, plus add couple hundred products during that time at least. And when business starts coming back, when the nets start getting full again of fish, we're gonna have much bigger nets. That's the vision here. About to go get that coffee, but we've got a little list here. We are going to do E-Rank. We're going to get the cookie painted, and maybe we can get pictures by the end of the day. Doesn't take that long to dry. And we're gonna package and paint, of course. Then we're going to try and bang out 2 new products. So I'm almost looking forward to this. Like, look, it may just be a fluke. It may just be like people are freaked out for a week or 2. But no matter how long this goes, we can gain ground. Like, always think, how is this good? How is this an opportunity? Almost all difficulty is opportunity. The fakers are getting shakered. The fakes are getting shaked. Don't be fake and you won't get shake. This is actually really a good thing from a content perspective, because you guys have seen me sell like quite a bit of stuff. And I've never sold this little in the entire 6 years. Like literally from the first week that I started selling stuff, there was never a 4 or 5 day stretch where I sold almost nothing. So this is actually pretty cool. You're gonna get to see what a 3D printing entrepreneur does when that happens. And you're gonna see a lot of products. I mean, this could, like I said, this could be very temporary, and maybe all this is just for nothing, but I'm actually pretty excited about it. We're going to make so many things. We're gonna do so much E-Rank. We're gonna optimize the crap out of this business. It's a good thing. It's like fasting. I thrive on difficulty. I eat difficulty for breakfast. The more I think about it, the more fun this actually is, because you guys have kind of seen normal business, then you've seen like Christmas where business is crazy. You've never really seen like a strange random dip off, a crashing of the business. So it's like, in the same way that our lives are kind of a story, it's like you're seeing a new chapter of the story. Again, this could be very, very temporary, who knows? But I'm just saying, if this is like a big hit, you're about to see a whole nother side of M3. Another little added benefit is I was needing to relocate a lot of the racks and stuff, so I'm gonna have a little more time to do that. Got to be drinking Dunkin', got to be drinking Dunkin'. On Jack, tears on a river, don't mean much with your Dunkin' Dunkin'. I drink my Dunkin' black. Went with the iced coffee today. It's a little bit chilly out, but it's nice and warm inside. I'm gonna feel like a nice iced beverage. Iced beverage. I'm just gonna let you behind the curtain on this. I pretty much can't even talk or think at all before coffee. Like, why do you think I'm getting it every day? I can barely even like get a sentence out. Something I was just thinking about during my time in the vending business. Ask me questions in the comments if you want to hear more about it. Some of the newer people may not have heard some of my rants, but during the vending business, one of the ways that I built up that business was buying people's vending routes. Like, they would have 4 or 5 locations, they'd have a few machines and mechanic shops and things like that. And basically when the crash of '08 happened, everybody decided that they needed to sell that stuff. And I was like the guy that they sold it to. I also got my own locations, but buying vending routes was a big deal. These are in the days of Craigslist, like early Craigslist. So basically, you had a lot of people who took a financial hit and decided that they needed to bring their lifestyle down a lot. And so they just start selling stuff, and that was the approach they took. Now, anybody that's my age has been through a couple of these rodeos. You guys have seen how I live. I am not an extravagant person. What a lot of people do when you get through these cycles is like they live extravagantly, and then when their job goes away or their income takes a significant hit in some way, then they take their lifestyle down to here. There's a reason I didn't go out and buy a Tesla or get into a bunch of debt on some car or something like that. We don't do that. That's not what this channel is about. This channel, among other things, is about financial responsibility. So when crazy stuff happens, I don't really have to worry that much, okay? Like I said, we're trying to get sales. We're gonna crank out a bunch of products, but I'm almost just looking at this as fun. Like, this is just fun for me. While other people have to panic, and I do feel for them, and they're gonna learn this lesson as they go along in life. As other people panic, to me, it's just kind of fun because I've been ready for this the whole time, bro. Seriously. We're gonna make so much new stuff. We're gonna find new ways of making money. Like, it's gonna be great. So yeah, you guys are along for the adventure, and you're gonna get a lot of good content out of this, I promise. I guess the last thing I'll say on this before I wrap up this particular rant, you know, a lot of you guys probably have 3D printing businesses or different businesses of various kinds. I know a lot of my audience is entrepreneurs, and if you're taking a hit, don't interpret this as me like not being empathetic. I'm saying, like, I've been in that position, and the thing to do is learn from it. Life will teach you if you let it. So if your business has declined a lot, obviously that really sucks, and I'm very empathetic to that. Been there a bunch of times, but really, there are lessons to be learned from this. Let the difficulty just like be your teacher. That's an opportunity you have right now. Just like becoming like a bodybuilder. It wouldn't work if the weights weren't heavy. You need the weights to be heavy. You should almost want the weights to be heavy. In the same way, like, it's very, very good to go through these eras in your life where finances are very difficult, because then you have to get good. Then you have to get disciplined and build those muscles. And once those muscles are built, you get to keep them, even if you're prospering. I lived on the street for 4 years. I know how to live extremely cheap, even if I'm making like a whole bunch of money. I've had a bunch of 5-figure months, okay? But I'm not out there like eating prime rib every night or filet mignon or something, although I do like it occasionally. That's what I'm saying. Like, I know how to live cheap, and if I have to live cheap in order to stay revenue neutral, that's not even a big deal for me. So let this experience teach you. Also, the box revolution has begun. Okie doke, let's tape off the chocolate chips. It's been a while since I showed this, but I've figured out the most efficient way to cut out shapes like this is actually to over tape it, you know, so you've got stuff around the edges. and then cut like this. There you go. And even if the lines don't sort of turn out perfectly, you can just touch them up, you know. It's not a big deal. Here we go. That's looking pretty cookie-ish, ain't it? But we're gonna paint this part, leaving the chips nice and chocolatey. And then we're gonna have a delicious, delicious treat. In fact, we may make a version of this that's like all chocolate, or we might make a version that's chocolate, the cookie, and white chocolate chips. Get 3 products out of it. Why not? Or do red velvet. Man, there's so many possibilities. We can get like 4 products out of this model. Very cheap sandwich. Very cheap pasta salad. Already winning. That was a nice cheap meal. Let's go ahead and knock this guy out. It's gonna be pretty easy. We're just gonna clean everything up. It came out pretty clean anyway. Gonna paint this, obviously brown, and then we're gonna tape it off. Everything else goes white. We're gonna tape off the pipe cans and get the brown part painted. Pipe can numero dos. I think what we're gonna do, we're gonna package the things we have to package. Then we're gonna maybe try to move another rack in here. I think we can get that in, or at least we can get started on that process. And we'll see if the cookie is dry, and then maybe take some pictures after that, because that would be nice. Got a nice little green alien. Small T-Rex skull. Of course, we got the bronze Marcus. And we've got another T-Rex skull. Time to send off the big Einstein. Big Elon. Big T-Rex. The cookie is here. Let's get some pictures. So for the cookie, gonna do a patriotic theme. I was gonna wear this, but then I remembered what we got on the last thrift extravaganza. Oh. Got those pictures done and got it listed on Etsy. My big food section starting to look pretty good, gotta say. Look at that wall. Oh yeah, I got everything you need, fam. Another project is finished. It's been a long time coming, but we're about to take some pictures. And yes, it is the Japanese dragon, I think we're gonna call it, the Japanese dragon guitar holder. Definitely takes a while to make these, but considering I only have really 2 guitar hangers that are like this. Obviously the guitar snake, you guys see that all the time. And then I have a guitar eagle. Yes, you've never seen that because I've only sold a couple of them. But, you know, this is pretty cool. I feel like if I made 20 of these, I bet they would sell. I mean, he's pretty gnarly right there. So maybe it's something we'll take some opportunity to do while we have a little free time. Name this tune. That's 2 exciting developments in one day. We made a bunch of filaments. It's time to shut things down. Curtains. Pretty solid day. I think the thing I'm most grateful for, I'm glad it occurred to me that I can take the cookie and repaint it several times and probably get at least 3 products out of it. Like, that's gonna be really nice. I think the cookie will be very searchable. I was looking at all the search terms, and it seems like there's a lot of bakery stuff and bakery decor, so I think it might be a good one. I definitely think we're gonna dive into some more guitar hangers. It's one of those things I've been meaning to make a bunch more for a long time. They just take a long time to design, but I've got time, so it's time. Brent D. Arnold says, I'm grateful that I can sit down after a long day's work and see how others are handling their own chaos. I just got started in my own 3D printing journey, so all I can do is create new products. Keep up the great work, and here's to next new idea. Very cool. Rich Gardens says, printing a new product as I watch this. Everybody's sales should pick up soon. Fingers crossed. Guy the Jedi says, everyone is waiting for their income tax to come in to spend. This too shall pass. That's actually a very true thing. Man, income tax season, people will spend a bunch. Franks Jr. says, we have a mom and pop convenience store in Western Pennsylvania. In the last couple of weeks, it's been really slow. Yup. Yeah, we'll see how long this little slump lasts. It is very noticeable. Like I said, probably in the 6 years of my business, I've never had almost a week that's this slow before. It's a very noticeable, strange thing. But like I said, winners see this as an opportunity, and that can be you. Oh, so tired. Tell me what you're grateful for in the comments. Tell me what small joys you're experiencing. What little moments light up your life. I want to know. In the comments. I'll probably give you a heart. I'll probably give you an upvote. You can upvote other people's comments. I really appreciate you guys tuning in every day. It means a lot. Peace out.